And let's talk about the markets. Back with us again in our studio for a look at the impact of the Dow, closing above 20,000 for the first time in history. Once again, Keith Bliss, Senior Vice President at Cuttone Co. Good morning, Keith. We were just talking in the break. I mean, Donald Trump is coming out swinging. You got potential tax cuts, regulatory reform, infrastructure spending. I mean, we bought the election. We bought the inauguration. Are we buying the entire presidency?
Well, I think so. I mean, you got to watch him. Again, in the first 3 days, what we've seen him do is just executive order after executive action after executive order, really put in place the things that he campaigned on. So, again, he's a man who means what he says and says what he means. And so the market is interpreting that is that tax reform, infrastructure spending, regulatory reform will come a lot sooner, a lot swifter, a lot more aggressively than we even counted on. The subject of tax reform had bumped all the way out to 2018 just because it's so complex. But I think he's going to get the Republican-controlled Congress to play ball very quickly. Tax reform, by the way, is a bipartisan issue. There's lots of Democrats that agree with it. And just think of this. The U.S. goes from one of the least competitive tax rates corporate-wise to one of the most competitive tax rates corporate-wise in the world, with an educated workforce with lots of dollars to spend on it. Not only will our companies repatriate cash and build jobs here, but I think a lot of multinationals will come and set up operations in the U.S., and therefore the market will just go off on its own and keep moving higher.
I wanted to ask you about earnings and financials. First of all, earnings season already is doing very well. Financials have really soared since the election. Your thoughts on both?
Buy financials and just hold on to them. They're going to be the one sector that's really going to benefit both from a yield curve increase, interest rate increase, earnings coming back. Therefore, they'll make more money with their own corporate customers, and also policies from the Trump administration. And that is the one sector that has really languished throughout this rally over the last 6 years, and now it's going to take off, and it is one of the best performing sectors that we have.
It seems to me that there has been on Wall Street, and I'm going to go to Main Street as well, this feeling, this excitement, this pent-up demand that has just been unleashed. Would you agree? What's the feeling on the floor?
Yeah, absolutely. On the floor, it very much was people wanted to see a Trump presidency. You can see that in some of the clips. And now that we're hearing that Donald Trump and his administration are putting into place the things that he campaigned on, we're very excited about what could happen in the businesses in this country, and also what could happen in the stock market.
And as Trump tweeted yesterday, Dow 20,000. Great. Okay. Keith Bliss, Cuttone Co. Thank you so much for your time all morning.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks.